TGF, right, everybody. So thank you so much for joining us for this workshop. We are talking about jajangmyeon. Sorry. So it's a Korean black bean noodles, right? So it's a one of the most popular Korean noodle dish, right? I mean, did you know that like about like 7 million people, right? I mean, every single day, 7 million people eat this dish, right? Every day in Korea. That's like 1/7 the population of Korea, right? So that's pretty amazing. So, in this workshop, like what we are going to do is to, walk you through like how you can make your own bibimbap, right? Korean black bean noodles, by using Richmond Gold One, right? Machine. That's the most advanced only one commercial noodle machine. And then later, like using this noodle, like we're gonna make freshly on the Richmond one, and we're gonna bring these noodles right into our kitchen, where we're gonna put together Korean black bean noodle, like jajangmyeon, right? So myeon is like basically means noodles in Korean, right? So jajangmyeon, sorry, jajangmyeon, is Korean black bean noodle. So that's well, there are two very famous popular types of Korean. I mean, the noodle dish is Korean, right? One of them is champong. That's the kind of soup kind of noodle, right? Soup noodle type. That's coupled with like variety of seafood. But like another one is this jajangmyeon. So this dish is like amazingly popular. Like 7 million people eating this dish like every single day in Korea. So let's learn right how you can make this dish, right, and then I'll start serving next week to your customers, and then turn them into like raving fans, right, next week. So yeah, let's get started. First, like we are going to make noodles bibimbap right from scratch on this Richmond Gold One machine. Richmond Gold One machine is the most advanced only one noodle machine that we have, right? So only one meaning you can make fresh bibimbap noodles from scratch, right? Everything is in this piece of machine. What you need the machine from A to Z, right? Um, so this machine's got this 10 kilo mixer, right? 10 kilo mixer. That's silky mixer, meaning that's this mixer is designed to make ideal conditioned dough for jajangmyeon, right? And so it's 10 kilogram mixer. So the minimum batch, right, is 4 kilograms of flour or solid ingredients. So so that's 4 kilograms that we are doing in this workshop. And so set the timer, and then start running it. So so basically, the like well, has to do with like water and then currency and salt, right? And then the type of noodle we're using like ramen flours, and type of flour we're using ramen flour, and jajangmyeon like jajangmyeon noodles are typically relatively thick, right? And then it's Korean style, but they're like I mean jajangmyeon like came from China originally, like about 100 years ago, and then got what was modified into like kind of Korean style, and then so so there's a Korean version, but they of course like Chinese version, right? I mean, they're all different. Noodles, how they eat like soup or sauce, different. And then, okay, so everything you can control, like pretty much on this touch panel, this Richmond Gold One machine. And then, so we're adding the water, right, into the lid, and then the lid has these holes that, allows the water to drip through to the flour. Then that kind of allows for kind of gradual addition of the liquid into the flour, right? So that's basically for better hydration. And then like rotation speed of this mixer is like 75 rotations per minute, which is the ideal speed that we found for noodle dough through trial and errors, right? So yeah, mixer, it'd be great like if you guys just, like have a patience to keep watching the mixer for 10 minutes, total mixing time 10 minutes, but you know, um, we just hate, to waste you guys time. So make me prepare the dough in advance, right? So this is the dough, like fairly high in hydration ratio. Fairly high in hydration ratio. So, so this dough, see, like kind of well yellow, right? Pale yellow, and then the flour was pretty white, right? But now like it's like kind of pale yellow. This is from the from the cancy, or like more precisely the potassium carbonate, the cancy. And so once you start forming the dough into this sheet, right? Um, it's amazing that like you place the dough and then wind the dough right on the rolling pin, and then like you don't have to do anything. It's all automatic like after that, right? I mean, Richmond Gold One like does everything by itself, and then because it has all these sensors that like checking how much dough is like being fed to the roller. So in a conventional machine, like you would have to probably have to pace your feeding so that you're not like feeding like too much dough, or like too little dough like time, like otherwise this forming process like wouldn't go as well as it's going now. um, so you would have to have like an available experience, like skills to kind of pace, this feeding process. But this Richmond Gold One machine like does it for you, like because thanks to the all the sensing capabilities, because it right now is like it's regulating the speed of conveyor to speed the this feeding of the dough into the rollers. So that's why a lot of customers like for buying using this machine find it very useful. Then that they can for anybody like regardless of experience or any skills, prior experience or skills, to put on this machine, right? So it's very very user friendly. So the dough that just won't, that just went through the process called rough forming. Now it's the dough is like pretty fragile, right? It's pretty fragile. So to make very well textured jajangmyeon, what we want to do is to combine them, right? Combine them to a roll. So like make it separate the dough right into two, and then put them together through the rollers, and then changing the roller gap, right? And then you can see the roller gap, digitally, the monitor. And so, those coming out like through this combining process, and then those coming out is like way smoother, cleaner, firmer. So this combined process is very important, vital in like developing the good noodle texture in your jajangmyeon. So you have to you want to do this process. You don't want to skip it. Yeah. So this is the combining process. Then what's important is to basically fold it so that like each, I mean, entire area of the dough sheet is compounded together, right? And this dough is fairly wet, like high in hydration, right? So from this point on, like we want to start dusting this dough, like to keep them sticking. But like we'll do like another round of combining process, and then yeah, changes the roll gap to appropriate size, and then signing feeding the like, and then like doing the combined process again, like another round. We want to make sure that we have like very good little texture for jajangmyeon, so we'll do it twice. So again, like this is Korean version, that was developed about like 110 years ago in Korea, and then on the noodles dish that was introduced from China, and then well, Korean people loved it, and then like ever since then, like for 100 years, it's been a very important part of Korean cuisines. And then again, like every single day, like 7 million people, about 7 million people like eat it. Um, that's one third, like 1/7 of the total population of Korea. And then as I said, like there's Chinese version, and then Japanese version as well. But they're all different. Um, so today in this workshop, like we are doing a Korean version, but like you know, in the future, we'll try to do other versions as well. So after combining process, like we just need to thin it, right? Thin it to a final thickness before we cut it. And then from this point on, like we can start going faster. Start going faster. Yeah, so it's 2.6 millimeter, the actual thickness after it's gone through 2.0. 2.0. So there's a difference between, I mean, there's a difference of like 0.6 millimeter in actual thickness, and then roller gap that we set, right? So it's very important to measure the actual thickness before we start cutting, so that we know how much the dough is going to bounce back, right? So we know what lower gap we need to set to get to the final, thickness, right? So so we're going to start cutting, right? Then kind of cutter we use this is called round cutter, right? Round shape cutter, and then number 16. So it's about like 2 millimeter in thickness. I mean width, right? Right, 2 millimeter in width, and then thickness we control by the roller gap, right? So that's 2 millimeters. So like the noodle size is 2 millimeter, 2 millimeter. So but round shape. So jajangmyeon like usually round shape, and then relatively thick, so that the texture is very important. So so we wanted to have kind of softer but a chewier texture, so we increase the hydration. And then then we're going to cut it. Yeah, so noodles coming out, and then jajangmyeon. I think the jajangmyeon is good because it's not a soup dish, but like soupless dish, like with a black bean sauce, right? So normally the serving size is big, right? Size becomes like big, right? But like basically serving size is like length, right? Length. So length of the noodles, like the longer the length of the noodles, like a bigger the serving size. So um, that's basically, yeah, what you can control using this RICHMEN GOLD one, like with ease. Yeah. So we're having like beautiful looking jajangmyeon, um, one after another, and it's very easy to make them from RICHMEN GOLD one. Okay. Right. So let's bring them to a kitchen where we have an instructor waiting to show us how to put together a bowl of jajangmyeon. Yeah, so here's our kitchen. Then this is where we teach ramen school, udon school. Um, it's very great. I mean, then we have it's a Kagawa, right? And then we also have like exact same kitchen in Tokyo where we also teach ramen school, udon school, and soba schools. Yeah, so here's is a song like our instructors, like our school, showing us how to put together jajangmyeon.
はい。今日は、韓国風のジャンジャン麺を作りますね。
Yeah, so start cooking Korean style jajangmyeon. Okay, so setting a timer for the cooking.
これ3分半ぐらい。
Yeah, so let's set the timer to 3 minutes and 30 seconds to see
で、茹でてまた硬さ確認します。
Yeah. So let me check, see if like, it cooks in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah. So make sure you have like, cooking tip, when you're cooking noodles, right? Make sure you have like, a lot of water, at least like 10 times the, water to the, weight of the noodles you're cooking, right? And then, make sure that like the water is boiling, right? Before you, put the noodles in there.
で、今からはジャンジャン麺のジャンを作ります。
Yeah, so let's start making the jang, which is the sauce, right? For the jajangmyeon.
で、ジャンジャン麺は実際の中国のザジャン麺とよくは似てます。
Yeah, so again, like, it came from China, so like, it's very similar to, the Chinese version, but like different.
ザジャン麺。まあ、ザジャン麺はちょっと、まあ、甘さもちょっと韓国の、
Yeah. So jajangmyeon in Korean style is kind of sweet, so
はい、今ごま油と生姜とニンニクで香りを出します。
so sesame oil and then ground ginger and garlic to, bring up the flavors. Then, ground pork. Yeah, one thing that's, we feel sorry about this kind of, online live stream is that like, we can't let you, well, smell, or taste, this dish, right? So, you know yeah, if you have a chance to like visit Japan, like, or visit like any of our, showrooms, like, that we have in Houston, Texas, or like, Amsterdam, like even like Bangkok, Thailand, Seoul, Korea, right? Then, we can let you guys try, this jjajangmyeon. Then, you can, yeah, taste like how good they are. So, yeah, please think about coming to one of our showrooms if you have a chance.
またちょっと硬いからもうちょっと時間増やします。
Yeah, so it's a little bit too hard still, so let me, add another minute.
はい。で、お酒。
It's sake, right? Japanese sake.
まあ、肉の臭みじゃないけど、まあ、肉の特徴に良いちょっとお酒。
Yeah, so to kind of, get rid of the kind of smell of the meat,
で、醤油。
the soy sauce. Okay, so the noodles are done. Yeah, so you want to wash the noodles, right? Because there's a starch that's that came out of the noodles like when cooking, right? So kind of slimy starch, right? We want to wash them off.
はい、これ、テメンジャー、オイスターソースといろいろ調合したのを、ジャング。
So this the sauce, the black bean sauce that Mr. Song like kind of blended with the jam and then the oyster sauce and other things. So jajangmyeon yeah like it comes from the sauce, right?
まあ、実際、韓国のジャンジャン麺、そういうチューブちゃんと、そういうまあ商品、ジャンジャン麺専用の商品があるんです。
Yeah, so in Korea, right, there's like I mean pre-made sauce for jajangmyeon in Korea already, right? Kind of pre-blended
まあ、ちょっと、玉ねぎ、
and diced onions. Just a little water.
で今回は玉ねぎとミンチしか使ってないけど、まあ、本当はその好きな、まあ、じゃがいもとか、いろいろ他の、まあ、キャベツとか、いろいろ材料は入れて、その煮込んでもいいです。
Yeah, so this time around, I'm just using like diced onions and then ground pork, right? But like yeah, I'm adding like sugar, but like um, you know, you can definitely use like potatoes or like um, other types of ingredients, and then you know um, kind of braise them, right? So I mean, there are many. That's
これ黒ごまで。
that's black sesame. So there are so many variations of jajangmyeon. There are different names for these variations. Um, so there are so many of them that you can almost actually start, a restaurant that specializes in serving jajangmyeon because even just in the Korean version, like there are many variations, right? And then Chinese version, right? And then Japanese version. So you can almost certainly start a restaurant that specializes in just serving different types of jajangmyeon, right?
少し塩。
A little bit of salt.
はい。火を止めて、片栗粉と水でちょっととろみを出します。
Okay, so turn on heat, and then I'm gonna add this potato starch and water, kind of diluted in there, and then add it to kind of make it viscous.
で、まあ、とろみ出すときは、片栗を入れるときは火を消した方がいいです。なんで言うと、加熱しながらしたら、まあ、焦げやすいとか、まあ、火消したの状態で方がもっととろみが長持ち。
Yeah, when we're adding this water starch, right? Water like potato starch, we want to turn off the heat because if we add this right, like while we're heating, it tends to burn So that's gonna create like a bitter taste, right? So
あと入れるのも何回何回分けて入れた方がいいです。一回入れるじゃなくて。
yeah, and then we want to kind of separate, well, not the whole thing at once, but like, little by little, kind of gradually.
はい、これで、じゃんじゃん。まあ一番簡単な普通のじゃんじゃん。
Yeah, so this is probably simplest, type of jang that we can make, right, with jajangmyeon.
まあね、茹でた麺はしっかり洗って、表面のぬめりとか、ね、茹で麺質をしっかり洗ったら麺のそんなに汚いですね。長持ちします。
Yeah, so you should wash them well, right, to get rid of like starch, right? So having the starch on the noodle surface is the a reason that the noodles get stuck together, right? After we wash them, and then so if you wash them like very well, like removing all the starch, then it's gonna. I mean, it's hard for the noodles to get stuck together.
まあもうちょっと硬さとか、それが欲しいやったらもう氷水で締めても。
And then if you want to make them a little harder, right? Then you may wanna chill them with ice water.
あと、まあ今日盛り付け使うのはこのネギの白い部分、白ネギときゅうり。
Yeah. So the toppings I have today is just these cucumbers, Japanese cucumbers. Cucumbers like in US or somewhat like are different harder, but so the Japanese cucumbers.
まあ見たらわかるのにこれ結構太めでカットしてる。これわざと太めでカットしてます。
And then you see that like all these cucumbers are kind of cut like kind of really thick, right? But like I did it on purpose, and then there's a white part of the leek.
なんで言うと、まあ多分北京タッグは食べるときみんなジャージャー麺、北京タッグ食べるときはこういうねトッピングがあるんで、やっぱジャンが結構味濃いから、この材料薄かったらちっちゃかったらジャンに負けるから、だからわざと太めに来て、ジャン食べるときはこの材料の旨味、美味しさも感じる。
Yeah, so when we have like Peking duck or like this jajangmyeon, right? So the strength of jar, the taste like is very strong. So we want to have like kind of relatively thickly cut like leek and cucumbers to kind of go against this like a strength of the jar in tongue taste, right? So that's why I come kind of really thick to kind of have balance between the toppings and then jar, right? So yeah, so this is the
これで辛いとかラー油とかもうちょっとつけたとかね見た目も綺麗です。
Yeah, so if you want to make it spicy, like you can probably put like some chili sauce, chili oil or something, and then probably it'll be like a great addition to add like chili or kind of have a different kind of red right in it. So in terms of color, like appearance, like you can make it like more appealing. Then you maybe like command like a premium price, right? So yeah, so that's a jajangmyeon that approximately 7 million people in Korea eat this dish, right? Every single day. That's amazing, impressive number, right? I mean, 7 million people. That's like a population of not Tokyo, but like kind of really big city like Nagoya or somewhere. So it's very simple dish. Then great for takeaways too, right? Great for delivery. So I mean, it's no brainer for you to like start making this jjajangmyeon, serving them in your restaurant next week, right? So then to capture the hearts of like Korean people, right? It's easy with this dish. So, and then, I mean, what's important is that like you want to make your own, right? Your own version of jjajangmyeon. So to make it unique, right? And appealing, and then, stand out from the crowd. So that's all about, what we teach, right? Our school as well. Um, so sorry, like at the beginning, like I kept saying like, bian right? And bian like I just get confused with like a bian that we did like in the other course, right? So for those of you who want to watch that course workshop, we put the link here, right? So click on that to start watching the workshop, right? So yeah, so that was about this workshop, bian I mean, jjajangmyeon. I keep saying like bian. But just check out the workshop we did on the bian. It's a very good dish as well that I want to try, in your restaurant. So well, thanks so much for watching. Next week, we might be doing something else. So we're gonna create a page, put a link, and then please start watching it. So thanks so much for watching, and then we hope to see you back in the next workshop. So thanks so much. Bye bye. Happy Friday. Bye bye.